God was saving her for a special reason.
Next.
Okay, my brother.
Even though it was really hard to understand his individual words, it was not hard to understand that.
On August 7th, 1993, off-duty police officer Gene Heine was planning to do some cleanup work at the house he had just finished in Ivoryton, Connecticut. Gene stopped by his parents' house first to pick up his younger brother Eric so he could help.
Hi, Gene.
How you doing?
Gene was going to be moving some boxes from his apartment up to his new home.
Hi, how are you? Fine, thanks.
You look tired, big guy.
Eric doesn't get to spend as much time as he would like with Gene.
You ready?
Right. Make sure he buys you lunch, too.
You do.
One thing about Eric and other Down syndrome children, they only see the good side of people. They never see anything bad about anyone.
See you later, fellas. He's more or less taking it on his own to be competitive and want to learn, you know, whether it's the Special Olympics or his volunteer work with the fire department or on the job. So he's a special guy. That's it. He's just special.
I'll show you what we're going to do next. We're going to take this entire pile of wood.
There was a pile of scraps of lumber that the builders had tossed out by the side of the driveway. Gene decided that maybe they should move that lumber down the hill.
I love that. Throw the wood down. Swing all the way down. Bing! There's a wax down below. Stay back, Jane. Almost got him. Oh! You're a big mouth.
Gene ran up the hill to get away from them and warned Eric not to go down.
There's bees down there. Talk me about it, all right? I'm all right. There's bees down there, though. I saw the bees, front and back as legs. I'm gonna go sit down in the garage for a minute, okay? I'm right here. Okay. Talk to me, Jim. You okay? I'm okay. It's just hot. You okay? I'm okay. This red apple is sweat.
Eric asked him didn't he think he should go to the clinic? Gene says, no, I'll be all right.
Eric, I'm gonna go lay down in the truck for a minute, all right? Okay. Hey, Gene, you okay? I'm okay. Go to the hospital? No, I don't want to go to the hospital. He's a little bit lightheaded. I talked to him. Just lay down, he's fine. You okay, Gene? Yep. Just get me back in the truck. Okay, come here, give me your arm. Go to the clinic, Gene? Just Gene, you feel okay? Give me your arm. Make him lay down again. Got you. Now check his forehead. Gene, you're warm. No, I don't. Sorry, you just don't listen. Go to the clinic. I just have to lay down. You'll be okay now, Blow. Okay. Why don't you go on? I'll be all right. Okay. $33 to headquarters? $33 to headquarters? $33 to headquarters?
No one responded at all.
Eric? Go down to the bottom of the hill to the house and call for help. Okay.
I think, knowing Eric, that it really began to hit him, the seriousness of it.
Eric ran to the nearest house where Hayne Bayless lived.
I opened the door, and there's this guy there, and he was trying to tell me something was wrong.
My brother to the hill. You're standing by the base. Okay, your cell phone.
Even though it was really hard to understand his individual words, it was not hard to understand that something was really wrong.
Local fire and ambulance volunteers were immediately dispatched to the scene, along with Middlesex Hospital paramedic Phil Coco, who happened to be a good friend of Gene's.
As I pulled up, Eric came down to the truck and had told me that someone had been stung by a bee. He didn't indicate exactly who it was at the time.
Yeah.
Volunteers of the Essex Fire Department had begun care. I performed a visual patient assessment and realized that the situation was life-threatening, and then I realized that the patient was Gene Heine.
Let's take another pressure, because I don't feel a radial pulse.
Anaphylactic shock begins very rapidly, has a very rapid onset, and generally speaking, there's only very few minutes from the time of onset until death.
All right. Listen to the feelty, okay? I said, God, let my brother live. I'm gonna start crying. Not let my brother die. I love him.
I need your arm over here, Gene, okay? Sure. Okay, I need to start another IV over here, Gene, so we can give you more fluid, okay?
To reverse the situation, we needed to establish some large bore IVs and get some fluid going, and to restore blood pressure. And we also, more acutely, needed to administer epinephrine and Benadryl.
Okay, guys, on three. 1, 2, 3, lift. Here, Gene.
Down.
Guys, I get hit you. I said, Gene, don't lose me. Fight it. Get better.
I'll take you down to the clinic and we'll watch him go.
"36-year-old Gene was treated for his allergic reaction to bee stings and released the same day.
All right, take that.
I remember Eric standing behind me, and I heard him say, "Is everybody ready? 1, 2, 3." So I remember just feeling this well of pride that he was standing at my head, that he was giving the commands, and that he wasn't going to leave me. And as I'm being carried to the ambulance, I heard him say, "Don't worry, I'm not going to leave you. I love you." So.
Gene's my friend and a police officer, and I know he knows what anaphylactic shock is. People go through denial, and in this case, denial almost cost him his life.
When Eric was first born, I'll never forget it. It was December 8th, and the doctor called me up the next day, and he said, "There's something I have to tell you. Your son is a mongoloid." I couldn't even say the word. That was 27 years ago. Today, I'm proud to be able to say I have a Down syndrome son.
I think regardless of anyone's age or handicap, that they should be trained what to do in an emergency, because when an emergency strikes, you would be surprised what little kids and what handicapped people are able to do when they know somebody's life is on the line. And I think Eric is a perfect example of that.
I'm not surprised at all that Eric was able to handle this situation. It's just like him. I've heard people say they wonder why God put such people on this earth. Well, this incident is just another example of how capable these handicapped people are.
Gene now carries an epinephrine kit with him at all times.
Anaphylactic shock really isn't anything to fool with. There's nothing you can do to help yourself except to get to a medical facility right away. I remember having that conscious thought that Eric would be able to help me, and I had no doubt about that. I owe him big time. He's not gonna let me forget it either.
I was brave. I loved my little brother. Get my finger across and get my arms on his shoulder. Nice big hug. Happy ending. I said, God, thank you. Trust in my prayers. I love you, Jane.
I love you too, Eric.
Next.
I need an ambulance ASAP.